5 cents and the best bike around, Harley Davidson. And she's the last American motorcycle, Harley Davidson. Just a little excerpt.
Cool, cool.
But that tells the history, and there's a picture of the garage where I learned to ride when I was just a kid in Williamstown, Massachusetts. Wow. And it's the old Ralston's garage on deeper Simons Road there in Williamstown, Massachusetts. And yeah, it's amazing how the history can catch up with you. And you're right, you know, movies like in '58 when Marlon Brando came out with the Wild Bunch, and I incorporated that there into it as James Dean as well, and they were all great motorcycle buffs.
Oh,
so,
yeah,
so
absolutely.
it involves a lot of fun as well as a lot of history.
Mm-hmm. So do you have a projected time or date that you're hoping to launch this baby?
Well, again, the financial situation. Hopefully, if we can put that together. But I'm hoping that, you know, we shouldn't be any later than maybe June.
Good.
We should be able to have this.
I know just myself talking it up, you know, around that people have expressed an interest and wanted to know more about it, and that's why it was actually I forget who I was involved in a conversation about it with someone on the show about, you know, that you were compiling and putting this together, and I just think just in Berkshire County alone, and then of course you can move it further to eastern Massachusetts,
Springfield
but
and Boston.
yeah, absolutely. But I just think that there's so many people that would love to take this ride with you, not only musically but historically. I think it's just, and like I said, I think it's a really adventuresome piece of work.
Thank you very much. We have a lot of interest, Facebook, and those ends are really good to use as well. And I'm sure
asking you continually, when is it going to be released, right? Yeah.
Well, nothing wrong with that.
Yeah,
you know?
No, and that's the best part about having fans. I mean, I think that's just the fact that people who love your music,
right,
and the fact that you're being generous enough to put your music and your talent and your expertise and your passions and your love together to be able to create something like this. I mean, I have to tell you, my hat goes off to you.
Thank you very much.
I think it's just an amazing endeavor.
Thank you. Rosewood Casket is a song, again, that's in there, and of course it's a song about my mom, who's been an inspiration. And when she died from Alzheimer's disease. And
did she like to sing?
She did. Yeah. She did. She loved the you know, the Irish music. And St. Patrick's Day, of course, the Shamrocks would come over from Ireland, you know, and from our cousins and everything. And we had the old family farm there. And the song even touched a base where, you know, so many people that are suffering from Alzheimer's. As I put it in the song, which is in the book, you know, the last word she told us, you know, when she was lying there, was a tear in her eye, and that's the only way that she could communicate. And so that's in there. And she died in Springfield, Massachusetts, at the Springfield Hospital there. But she was a great inspiration. I mean, her love of Ireland, her love of the country, you know. I've written, you know, a number of songs, you know, in memory of her. You know. And of course, when we're playing out, Danny Boy is one of the most. I
think it's everybody's favorite.
Yeah, it's one of the most asked for songs, you know, out there. And we have about 5 albums now that my son and I have done, recorded. The last one is Live 2013, which we actually recorded live at the Fairhaven Library in Fairhaven, Vermont. And Danny Boy and Carrick Fergus and a couple of those are on there. So
sure there wasn't a dry eye there either, right?
It was a good time.
Well, really, music is so moving, and I always say that if you can draw a tear or a laugh, it just, to me, it's just one thing that really just applies itself to the heart.
It sure does.
Music is words to the heart.
It's like at the Freight Yard or any one of the places where we're playing, you know, when people come up and they say, "Oh, we like this so much," and you know, that's what makes it all worthwhile.
Absolutely.
To see the happiness or the sadness, you know, in their face when they come up to mention how much they, you know, they enjoyed the song. You know, that's what makes it all worthwhile, without a doubt. We're blessed. We're blessed to be able to do
You've
that.
You've had some legacy from your family, right down to your sons, right down to your grandchildren and your wife. I always would wonder what would the holidays be like around your family. That you must be just nothing but the singing holiday, right?
We try. We try as much as possible. Absolutely. Every holiday that we can do that.
Absolutely.
We do.
What a legacy.
Yes.
Absolutely.
It's great fun. It really is.
Well, Patrick, I want to thank you so much for coming on the show. It's just, again, it's been my pleasure, and I was so happy that you could carve out the time to come.
Well, thank you very much.
And that I think we're all going to be looking forward to your book. I know I am, and I'll probably be one of those fans that continues to hammer you on Facebook and LinkedIn and all of that.
Well, what we might do is, since the Patriots game, this might be over, I should do a little bit of that, just to... Come all you young sports fans, rest while I sing. For the love of one's football team is a wonderful thing. It banishes fear with the pride and the pain, and it makes us a part of the Patriots game. Just a wee bit.
We know you're a Patriots fan.
Yeah.
Well, thank you once again, Patrick, for a great show and great music and great legacy and just great history. I'm Christiane Ryan, and I am your host today for Artist in the Berkshires, where we bring to you an artist whose vision has made an impact in the art world. Today, our guest was Patrick Gray, and I hope to see you next time. Thanks for joining us.
20 days out into sea, the great waves they did rise, and blew apart their galley, and the ship it did capsize. Many a year-long wait for their loved ones back at home, but there was no word at all from the Emerald Madacall. Until one day a ship came in and the captain he did recall. I guess it was about 10 days out, a ship there standing tall. We boarded it and looked about, but there was no one there at all. The ship itself was in fine shape, with a table set to call. But my men and I couldn't help but cry, remembering our visit that night. For up in the galley on a sign so small said we're bound for America on the Emerald Madacall. Sailed out dear Cork Harbour in 1851. Near again see their homeland, many Ireland's sons.